Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 19 here for the Portuguese Grand Prix here in Tier 1 for the first ever Portuguese Grand Prix in STB, I believe. And looking for a good race, obviously new track, new interest, new chance of different racing. Obviously new tracks to get used to, obviously quite a roller coaster track, it's going to be difficult for people to keep check of the car. It's going to be difficult to get used to and obviously find some consistency on a new track. But we will see. So far we've got Brown on a 17 point. I can't exactly remember what lap times are. I think we're expecting maybe 16s, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I've got Melvin here.
Yeah, you've got me in here in Portugal. Hello everyone, we're here in Portugal. As you can see, we've got a slightly smaller lobby here this evening, but I'm sure that the drivers are going to give us an incredible race at this new circuit in Formula 1. Obviously, a track which is new to the calendar from 2020 because of the awful pandemic. We're here in Portimao. This is personally my favourite track, so I'm here for this. I'm actually here for this Grand Prix. Sem goes P1 at 116.7. Matt, we don't know much about strategy around here, but do you think it's going to be soft medium or soft hards or what? What is strategy going to be like?
Well, with what from what I heard, I know Brown's saying soft isn't too good, but I mean, I think the most logical one right now, I'm not sure. I mean, it could be just soft to mediums, but tyre weight might be a little bit higher, so I think it could be soft to hards. I don't think it'll be too soft around here. But it's going to be soft to mediums and soft to hards. I'd be surprised if it's too soft, to be honest.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's quite cloudy here in Portugal. Well, I don't think we will see rain, but anything can happen. Obviously, last week in Tier 2 France, I didn't even think it was going to rain, and then next minute it rains and the race ends in like monsoon conditions. Anything can happen in Formula 1 as Sem gets a little bit squirmish out the final corner there, and he's going to come. I think he's going to come into the pits. Bram's having a good performance. Matt, he didn't have a very good race in Brazil last week. Very satisfying to go from Brazil to Portugal, both two Portuguese-speaking countries. But he does go a 10th up in the first sector. What did you make, Matt, of Bram's race in Brazil?
I don't know. His pace seemed lacking in general, to be honest, and he kept making mistakes. Obviously, lap down, and I think he was caught in some contact as well. So I think it was just a bit of everything, to be honest. Instance, his own mistakes, and getting caught in an unfortunate instance.
Yeah.
And it's just been unfortunate places. Like I think the safety car came out near the end of the race, and obviously behind the safety car I don't think it lets you through. So you can be sitting behind the safety car, and obviously it's not going to be another safety car. It's like you're not going to get any points anyway. So it's one of those races, to be honest, where you can't really do much about.
Anyway, he's going to come around the final corner now. Very, very long straight. And it's going to be a...
Looks like he might have...
Slight improvement.
He probably lost about a good 10th, if not 2/10, because he ran out of deployment coming around the last corner. After the last corner, he ran out of deployment, so he probably lost a good 10th or 2.
Sorry, Matt, Vipers is coming around the final corner now.
He's also ran out of deployment. I think he's about to do some deployment managing around here, it seems like. Maybe around
6. It's definitely that long straight and the very fast sections of circuit that you've got around here, so...
Yeah. I think maybe from turn 3 and 4, I might want to put it down, maybe turn 5, the hairpin. There are places where they don't lose it, and you can gain a bit more on traction, like here, where 5 is now. Put in another bit. Just try and save a bit more, just save bits where you don't need it around the track, and then obviously you'll gain that back by having something else coming towards the line. It is a long straight, and if you lose the RS halfway through that last corner, you're going to lose all that time up the hill. So it's going to be important to manage that ERS. More efficient.
This is obviously quite a difficult track to master. You've got a lot of corners, and surprisingly, a lot of corners that you can cut and track extend as well. You've got a lot of run-off areas, so it's going to be quite interesting.
It's like corners as well where you can't see the corner going into it. Like what corner was it now? It's the one. No, it's the other Red Bull. Who's the other? I think that might be Williams. Aldo. She's just gone past it. It's you're going uphill, and then you've got like a little kink, and then you've got another right-hander going into the corner. So you're not even braking straight. You've got to find a point where you know when you go in at a certain speed, when you turn in, you're going to find that apex, because you blind apex until you actually already halfway through the corner. So it's very difficult around this track to actually know where you're going. So consistency might be difficult. And Norris as well also struggling deployment to run into the end. People aren't managing it right now. And as soon as they cross the line, they get a boost full power as the ERS kicks back in again. So if you're going to be quicker onto it, you've got to manage that ERS towards the end of the race.
Definitely.
Nice, that was not a track accident by Semi-K there on the exit of that corner I was talking about, where it's a complete blind entry. Twitch, and there's...
Sorry.
You say something?
Matt, sorry. What was I going to say? Yeah, you was talking about Norris. Obviously, he's a new driver. Stefanko has span on his lap as Semi-K goes. P1 there. Very good lap from him. But yeah, you talk about Norris. He's one of the new drivers in with us this evening. Looking for a full-time seat, so he'll try and prove himself, and then be full-time. Well, I believe it's France next week, and he is struggling with the grip at the moment. Another new driver is Bostick. He'll be hoping for a better lap than he's done at the moment, but at the moment it's looking pretty close.
Oh, Tornado! Where's he going?
Looking
Sorry, it
pretty
went
close
completely
here.
out of... and I see what? What did I just win? Who is that? That was QBR Norris. He went about 100 meters off the circuit on the inside of the last corner, because I know that part of the track you can literally go to absolute no man's land, because there's a lot of free space around that second last corner. He's just cut the hole. It's on the top of the hill. What he's doing there.
Interesting. Bram then, currently P8. Matt, he'll be open for a much better performance than this driver's trying to get out of each other's way in the first corner. That's the Red Bull of Kevin trying to get out of people's way. He's had a bit of a shock at the minute. He's P9.
Yeah, Arthur and Felipe, both McLarens, both Brazilians in fact. Both done very good laps in the same mediums, both on the 17 dead and the 17-1.
Yeah, McLaren
very
are
laps.
favourites for the constructors, so I would expect them to be far up on mediums.
Yeah, but maybe they can try a different strategy. Hope everyone's soft tires wear out quickly, and then they can pit a little later for the tards, and then, yeah, we'll see. I don't know exactly what strategy is, but I'm expecting to be a one lap. Brandon Ellison starting this lap now. Let's see what he can do. Turn 1, a very difficult corner to get right. It's a fast kink. Oh, and he's from wide down. He's validated. Yeah.
Who's that? Sorry, validated.
Yeah, Brandon Ellison at turn 1. This is one thing I don't like about the game sometimes, is that you can get invalidated for something you wouldn't get invalidated in real life. Like, if you did that line, it'd be completely fine.
Yeah, it is very bizarre.
You're allowed to, in real life, you're allowed to go forwards off the track and keep 2 wheels on the curb.
Bostick then, on his return to STB, P4, 1:16.836. Very good lap time there from the Italian.
Oh, it's Franco.
So yeah, mate, it's looking pretty close.
Six's done a decent lap. 16.8.
P1 has a red that is lap. And get out of the way of the Red Bull. I believe is Sem, yeah. Then P1, he'll be very happy with that one. Matt. Bram P10.
Bram's
not.
Coming back into the
Needs to
pits.
try and
I can't see
sort
what time is left.
his SHIT out. He wants to try and get a good performance here in Portugal. I'm actually going to get him in for a quick interview if he would join.
Still waiting for Cab Spartan and Goku's to set a lap.
Yeah, because V1 has invalidated his lap. Right, there's 1 minute to go. Bram, is that your qualifying over? Are we able to give you a quick interview? Okay. Okay, not include your audio. So Bram, obviously you had to retire from Brazil. Matt, if we can keep an eye on Stefanko's lap here. You had to retire from Brazil. What can we expect from you here in Portugal? Can we expect a better race from you?
Yes, definitely. I'm aiming to get a better result. Won't be hard to get a better result than at Brazil because I'd be DNF'd, but aiming to get some good points. The race at Brazil was shocking for me. I had damage and a terrible setup. And this weekend I've got a better setup this Monday, sorry. And I'm expecting to have some better race pace than at Brazil. Brazil never really has been my track.
Okay. What can we expect from the race? Are you going to give us anything about strategy or weather, or what can we expect?
Yeah, weather is an interesting one. It's looking to be overcast. We don't know the weather at the end of the race yet, but the start will probably be dry. And as for the strategy, I'll probably be starting on the hards if I'm outside the top 10, which is looking quite likely.
Stefanko goes P1. Sorry, Bram, that's the end of our interview. We're going to have to, see you after the race. Good luck. Sen goes P1 there, Bram. Matt, sorry. Arthur goes P2. Sorry, I just had to cut Bram off there because I didn't realise that all these drivers now were going to be right on the paces and the quickest times in the lobby.
Stefanko went fastest. And Arthur beat him, and then Semi-K's beat him.
Sorry to cut you off. He's going to go P4 with a 1:16.6. But Sem has done a very good lap time here, a 1:16.2, man.
There's a lot of sudden bursts of quick lap times just popped in at the last second.
Oh, and Rev Caterpillar has crashed. He's gone off circuit. He's lost the back end. He was also 5 tenths up as well. Kevin's 6 tenths up.
How did he lose the rear end for turn 1? It's very strange corner to lose the rear end at.
I don't know. But
normally it's an understeering car track to be an understeering corner.
Kevin then, let's have a look. Felipe down in P10. That's a bad qualifying from the McLaren. Kevin then is going to come down the straight. Is it going to be pole position? No, but it is P3. P3 for the Red Bull.
Over half a tenth. Over half a tenth behind Semi-K. Yeah, I mean, not surprised about Rev that. Former JRT driver, spinning as usual. I'll say Rev Crasherpillar, according to Star Fallen.
I mean, he was up in time, but I think he just made a mistake. Goku's then on mediums. Matt, on his debut, has got himself up into P7.
That's a very, very good lap in the same mediums. I mean, sure, there's probably more time to find, definitely. But for the result he's got from it, that's very, 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 very good.
Very good. Not bad there.
I think Bram has a
race.
Sure hope that Bram actually has a race set up and not a qualifying setup. What is his qualifying setup? Then, yeah, that's qualifying done. Norris crawling across the line. I'm not sure what he's doing that for.
I don't know what's going on anyway.
He's taking life out of their size.
Oh, P5 for the Alpine. That's the. You know what? That is a decent qualifying from him. P5 on his debut. That's decent. Decent. Spardan didn't actually set a lap in the end, so that's very interesting. But yeah, Matt, that is your grid for the Portuguese Grand Prix, and Sem is going to be on pole position here in Portugal. Second is Arfazin. Third is KTSE Kevin. Fourth will be Stefanko. Fifth, QBR20 Norris. I'm sure you know a lot about him, Matt. Sixth AMS Vipers. 7th, Goku's V1. Very good qualifying from him. Probably, I would say, maybe the favourite for the win, based on that strategy. 8th, Bowstick. 9th, TTM Wiardi. 10th, AMS Tornado. 11th, Felipe. 12th will be Brown. He'll be trying to get a good strategy. 13th is Rev. And 14th is Spartan. I think, Matt, I may have made too early assumptions. I said this race might be a little bit, well, bad due to some drivers not being able to make it tonight. But I think it's going to be a pretty good race. We've got some very good drivers on the grid tonight and some good strategies as well. And it's Portugal, so yeah, we're going to see some lovely mountains and some lovely stuff here in Portimao. So then, Matt, what can we expect then? So Bram has already opted for the hard compound tyres. Do you think it's a mistake, or are we gonna, or do you think that that's a good choice?
Well, if he keeps his front nose clean, it could be either way. To be honest, it could really struggle on heavy fuel on those harder compounds because you're not able to push the cars. The car's going to skip around a bit more on those heavy fuel, and the hard's not going to give him quite enough grip. But I mean, it could go either way. Normally, the harder tyre, starting the hard tyre, normally plays an advantage because in the first couple of laps, everyone's going very similar pace anyway. Obviously, everyone's jumping around to position, and then obviously longer into the race, the soft tyres might pull away a little bit, but maybe get some time towards the end. But then obviously he gets to go on that softer tyre at the end. But that does mean he will get undercutted. But hopefully that softer tyre at the end, you're able to lean on it a bit better on heavy fuel and give it a push, catch everyone back up, and maybe gain some positions that way. But we all know lots of people have done this before. It could go either way. But the most important thing is to keep his front nose intact, because as soon as you get damaged, he's lost that hard tyre. If you have to get back onto the mediums or something, then back onto the hards again for the next lap, for this last stint. Effectively, it renovates his whole plan in the first place.
This is
then again, we might have a safety car.
Very weird, Matt. We're here on the grid at the Portuguese Grand Prix, the first ever STB Portuguese Grand Prix. We'll have the Tier 2 and 3 events, I believe, the last week of November, I believe. Or somewhere around that time.
Yeah, something like that,
yeah. I can't wait for this. It's going to be very interesting. I've been watching a lot of the F1 Portuguese Grand Prix from this season and last in real life. And there were two very good races. We might see, I don't know, maybe Spartan do a Kimi Räikkönen and get himself up in a P5 maybe, or maybe win. Maybe lead to the race, who knows? But yeah, I am hoping, Matt, that we're going to have a very good race. This section that Sem's coming through here, very blind. It's going to be quite scary, especially for those. I think all in this lobby are running the racing line up, so it's going to be very scary for them. They won't be able to see where they're going. So hopefully they've done practice. Matt, we've got a very, very strong top, I would say, as Tornado has lagged out of the session. It's getting back in as quickly as possible.
So yeah, I've got a strong little lobby here. Just put it up. We've got all 4 cars that are outside the top 10, all opted for the hard tyre. So
yeah,
is not just the only one.
Yeah, we've got Sam, Arthur, Kevin, Anko, Norris, Vipers is up there now. Gokus on medium, so it's gonna be a great race. It's gonna be a great lap one. I'm here for it for Rosé.
If it is a hard medium race, then it's going to be a very difficult one for the soft runners to get that one stop to work. They'll have to really stretch those softs so they don't end up pushing too many laps on those hard tyres. But we will see.
Matt, who's going to win the Portuguese Grand Prix?
I am going for Kevin. Like last time.
I'm going to go for Gokus.
Interesting.
Here we go then, Matt. It's 4 lights, it's 5 lights for the first ever Portuguese Grand Prix.
Oh, and Tornado's on yellow, it's gone.
Tornado's gone. And
Now it's lights down, away we go.
Lights down, away we go here in Portugal. It's going to be side by side between the two Red Bulls as they go down into turn 1. Very scary stuff. And the Red Bulls on the inside of the McLaren. Took the lead of the Grand Prix.
Oh, and the Red Bulls gone.
Seven span out of the Portuguese Grand Prix.
No, that's Kevin. That's Kevin. That's Kevin, not him.
Oh no, Kevin's gone. Kevin's span. He tried to get the
And Viper's gone as well. QB on Norris and Expo6 are fighting out for P6 right now. Oh, sorry, P5. He's gone up the inside, Norris, but I think the outside line's better through that hairpin, to be honest. Seems a bit more grip. And now Tower will have the inside line for this double right-hander. And watch out for people losing their rear ends for hits. Basically, it's SMK losing the rear there. Yeah, so a lot of people are going to have to lose in the rear ends for there. It's going to be a very difficult, it's going to be a bit wide. Into this blind corner.
14, he's at the back of the grid. What happened to him?
Yeah, he must have got caught on somewhere, but and like just like what happened to Kevin.
Oh, Norris took the inside of both hit, and Go-Kart is getting into this battle at the moment now. Getting very feisty indeed. And Tornado's going to join this, and he's going to think, what the hell in the world is this? Stuart's going to have a field day, and I'm going to have a field day, because Stefanko is in the slipstream of STB.
Go-Kart is making a move on Norris here. Oh! And Norris is pushing Go-Kart wide. That's a bit cheeky by Norris. He should be pushed up, and Norris has been spun out. And Go-Kart has a loser to slow down, and that Go-Kart is round. Sorry, Norris is round into the gravel at turn 1. Oh, he's just I think he's a bit too aggressive, I think, there. I mean, too wide for turn 1. It's quite difficult. Norris. Go-Kart is on the right hand side. Sorry, he pushed Norris. Go-Kart's wide.
There's so much action here in Portugal. Ram up the inside of Barden into the hairpin. One of my favourite corners on the circuit. Very satisfying when you get it right. And he's up in a P10.
Vipers are slow. Vipers are slow. Why is Viper so slow? Not for the Viper, sorry. Philippe, right? Philippe slow.
I don't know. Has he got damage?
You know, and I don't know. He doesn't look like it. Unless he's spun somewhere and he's waiting for his tyres to cool down a little bit. I don't know. But he's
lagging a little bit in front of Norris, but there's a great battle going on here. Tornado.
And Tornado's slowing down. He's slowing down to get back to his position.
That's fair enough there.
Yeah.
Great racing there from Tornado. Great racing. Bram then, I believe I was going to say it's the highest hard runner, but Caterpillar's up there. So yeah, very interesting stuff so far, Matt. What have we made of the first 2 laps of the Grand Prix? Lots of action so far in Portugal.
Saying that, Bram's getting overtaken by Vipers, but those soft tyres are going to be faster for the next few laps. So I'm not surprised Bram's going through, but watch out for track limits for turn 1 there. It's going to be difficult to keep managing that. There is warnings for turn 1. Everywhere else shouldn't be too much of an issue. And Philippe's gone, he's retired in the pit lane.
Interesting.
Not sure why. Because anything can happen.
I'm surprised why he... Okay, interesting. I don't know why he did that. But, yeah. Stefanko then, looking pretty quick on the back of Stem. He's got some decent pace on the back of the Red Bull. This is what we've been used to in real life, Matt. Red Bull versus Mercedes. We've actually got 3 very, very competitive lineups. Obviously, McLaren have got Arthur and Felipe. Red Bull have got Sam and Kevin. The Mercedes have got Bram and Stefanko. But to be fair, Bram has not really shown that he's competitive this season. He's had a lot of bad luck. But I'll tell you someone who's competitive, Matt. It's Go-Kart, because now he's on the back of Bosick on mediums.
DRS should be an easy move. Bosick shouldn't really bother fighting this, to be honest. Yeah, you dump away his pack and he's not even doing anything.
And there's also action going on. We've got Kevin versus Rev Caterpillar as they come down here turn 1. And Kevin's got the overtake done, but Rev is on hard. So he's obviously going to be a lot quicker.
And it's hard, so you just got to wait until the tyres come into play. It is the 3 hardest compounds here, so it's not going to be a massive gap between the tyres. Bit of a lock-up by Rev there. So watch out for people behind him. He's got another 2 cars.
When Spartan versus Bram as they come through the hairpin, so much action in that hairpin so far, Matt. And Bram's got the overtake done. Yeah, really good that. Is it the strain? Yeah, you got DRS down and then you got the hairpin.
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
DRS.
No, I'm lying.
DRS, don't think.
No, I'm not. Wait.
I don't know. What?
I don't know what hairpin is.
Well, there's only really one hairpin.
Well, Bank anyway. Grant got back in the P10. There's a little battle commencing now. We've got Rev Caterpillar, who's on hards, and then you've obviously
We've got a Ferrari sandwich with an Alpine in the middle,
yeah, I think.
and our French-Italian combo.
Gokus as well. Matt is on an absolute flyer at the moment. He's 2.5 seconds.
And Tornado making a move on Caterpillar.
Oh, but Gokus has made a mistake, and now he's got the Alpha.
Got two Ferraris side by side. Oh, the touch! And then luckily he managed to avoid any sort of big clash there, but there was definitely some wheel contact between the two guys, and Rev's just lost 2 positions within the space of 3 corners. Rev just lost 2 places in the space of 3 corners,
So
and Norris has got a penalty.
The Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri, we've got Gokus and Bowstick. They're having a great battle here. Gokus has actually got some decent pace on mediums, being slowed down now by the Alfa Tauri.
I think that means just that compromise. They're not too slow compared to soft, so you can still fight them, but they're not too slow that you can't, you know, he's not going to drop off, if you know what I mean. And they're still going to last for a while, so I think that medium tyre might actually be a better race tyre for this first thing.
Oh,
and I think Norris just won again. Oh, and then side-by-side action with Tornado and Vipers going through the hairpin at the third last sector, coming around this long right-hander. They're going to be right behind him, and it's going to be a safety car. And Vipers is not going to be happy about that, because he had a perfect opportunity to re-overtake Tornado. And all these soft runners in the pit now. Oh, and you know what? Arthur just passed the safety car just in time. And you know what? Arthur, Semike and Savanko, I'm going to be thanking him for that. Because if Arthur, they can go at speed if everyone else is going, because they've got stuck behind the safety car. Everyone else that was on the softs that pitted, so Kevin, Tornado, Bow Sticks, you know what I mean? They all won softs, and they would all have pitted and then got behind these guys. And those guys that are on the softs are not going to be lost their pit stop gap, and still haven't pitted yet. So they effectively would have lost their free pit stop, and everyone else got a free pit stop. So, but Arthur getting ahead of the safety car just in time allows them to keep going and keep the pace neutral. Otherwise, the safety car would have slowed them down. So that was crucial for Arthur to get past that safety car. Otherwise, they would have lost they would have definitely lost their podium positions. That's for sure. Oh, I say net podium.
Interesting stuff, right then. Let's see. Arthur's going to come into the pits then, I believe.
Yeah, don't see why I don't want to stay on
Sem's
those
in,
softs.
Stefanko's in, go because that's what
Don't
he's
speed
going
in
to
the
do.
pit lane.
He's on medium.
Oh, I say that, and Arthur's got speed in the pit lane. It's the safety car, man. You're not going to lose that much time by speeding in the safety car.
And oh my god, man. Your old teammate in esports is going to be leading the Portuguese Grand Prix. This is absolute madness. This is
He's on the hards.
absolute madness.
I mean, these guys are not going as mediums to the end, so everyone else has still got a pit, and if I could have pit, I'm presuming he's going for one stop. So effectively, you could almost say he's actually leading the race legitimately on track.
Gokus as well, surprisingly gone to gone to hards, and everyone else has gone medium. Interesting.
Well, yeah, but he needs to get that hard tyre out of the way.
He's going to be very quick at the end of the race.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go on to another set of mediums, then go to softs for the end, to be honest. Unless he didn't have a fresh set of softs, but I mean, those mediums, I don't even actually know, to be honest. I guess those mediums could do a good 15 laps, I would say. I don't know, I don't actually have a clue.
I honestly do not know.
I have zero clue, but I'm presuming they could do about 15 laps. 16, 17 maybe. And then maybe do about 16 laps on those tyres. Get to about lap 23 and then 10 laps on the softs could work. I don't know. I'm guessing if you can probably use Spain as a sort of a template, because Spain has the same amount of laps.
Yeah.
So,
I think the tyre wear is worse at Spain. I don't know. I've not done a full race trim at Portugal, so.
I wouldn't say that. Yeah, Spain could probably be worse, but then again, the track's probably a bit shorter.
Well, this has actually got
This car's in there.
Ricciardi back into it, and he's just going to join the pack just in time for the safety car restart. Right then, this is either going to be a cluster, or this is going to be an absolute banging restart, Matt, with loads of action, left, right, centre.
I haven't gone yet. He's going to leave it. Rev's going to leave it as late as possible. He doesn't want to be forgiven for the slipstream. People behind have already gone. People have gone already behind.
Versus Spartanet, slipstream for semi-Ks. They go down into turn 1. Arthur's going to be on the inside. Spartan's going to try and come round the outside of the McLaren, and he's got the overtake done. Spartan's off the circuit, and now he's got the Red Bull in front of him, and there's been a crash.
Stefanko's up the inside.
Was there damage there? I don't know.
Round the outside.
Loads of drivers.
And he's done it.
Go-Kart is round the outside of the... sorry, came round the outside
Kevin's
of the
now
half.
trying to make him Spartan.
Go-Kart's trying to come round.
Spartan on those hards is getting absolutely eaten for breakfast. Spartan. Those hards are not working. Those hards are not working. Spartan's lost 3 positions in the space of not even 1 to 2 sectors. So it's been a terrible start. And Rev.
Oh, no, there wasn't. They avoided contact there, Tornado and Ricciardi as they come through now. Good racing there from Tornado, backing out of the move. Graham then having to defend his position from the Ferrari of Vipers on the inside. Oh, that was close there.
Rev is going to be so vulnerable now. We've just seen Spartan. We just saw Spartan get absolutely eaten in that first 2 sectors, and now Rev is going to have a taste of that. Round the outside, he's got so much more grip than McLaren on those mediums. His hards are just not working.
Oh, and
They're all working to start the race.
And Graham are having a banging battle here, and Graham and they're both colliding.
Arthur's making a move for the lead.
And
yeah,
Arthur
it's
then
not
in
going
the
to be good.
slipstream. Here we go, Matt. Sorry, and he can't get the move done. Whoa.
Then McCain's Fancraft waits behind him. Watch out for track limits. Ben McCain's just got my turn 1 there. It's going to be a warning. We've got 5. We've got the top 5 split, and then there's about less than 1.5 seconds.
Carnage already. No. Arthur then up the inside of the Ferrari. Here we go. Down into the hairpin. Oh, we've got the Red Bull braking quite late there. That's Kevin.
The outside line's generally better though. The outside line is better. But those medium tyres just giving him the traction they need.
And
yeah, Rev is not going
of the Portuguese Grand Prix.
Rev is not going to get that back. His hards are not going to work.
Right, Seb needs to try and get him as quickly as possible. Matt, and there's a sector 2 yellow. I think that's Spartan or Tornado, one of the 2. Spartan span.
Tornado spun somewhere. I think it's pitted again, which had damage. Oh, and Goku's having a bit of a moment now.
Right, Seb's losing a lot of time here.
Not sure how. Oh, actually, no, right. No, it's to the very left, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anyway,
we go then.
Goku's. He might be on hard tyres, but he's on fresh hard tyres, so it's not going to be as vulnerable as like Rev and Varden.
Oh,
Varden's come out like this now.
This is incredible down in the turn 1. Stefanko's got the overtake. John Revan's been absolutely.
Spemi K's pushed Stefanko off the track there. And Spemi K, Stefanko touched.
Getting close for comfort. This is helping Arthur.
Oh, he's going to push Spemi K off the track. Spemi K, how's he not got a penalty yet?
Rev's going to come back right at him here with DRX. Overtake mode up the inside.
The 2 Red Bulls are going to beside us. Kevin, Spemi K. And Kevin's there. Watch out for Kevin. Kevin's not going to see Rev there.
It's incredible. Oh, and Rev's got a bit of spin in there on the exit.
Oh, Kevin had a traction. And Stefanko's wide. Stefanko made a mistake.
Kevin, what the move?
Oh, in contact. Rev is round. Rev hit the back of Kevin. Rev crashed the pillar. Hit the back of Kevin. And it might be damaged. I'm surprised if he didn't get damaged from that.
Did you see that then, Matt? That was incredible.
Keep your eye on Rev, because I think he might have damage after that collision with the Red Bull, and that could be his strategy ruined. And I think Tornado spun again. Not been a good race for him. Caterpillar stayed out, but he's now going to get eaten up by Vipers and Semi-K's. Semi-K's actually got very compromised after that. Oh! Rev, Caterpillar, doing it again, and Vipers have none of that. Rev, being Rev, likes to crash. Oh, and Mercedes lost the rear end now, Stefanko. Oh! Oh, and Rev is pushing Semi off the track. Rev is getting very very aggressive here, and he's literally not happy about losing his positions, and he's falling. This is some info for Tier 2 and Tier 3. Do not go on those hards on a safety car restart. Even Gokka's on fresh hards is trying to get past him. More than fact, there's been a collision. There's Bo Sticks and Bram's around. Bo Sticks and Bram's out of Samsung, I think the corner's called. The understeering, very easy to lose the rear end's corner. They've had a little collision there, and they spun them both round. I think they might have both avoided damage, not sure. But, oh.
Madness.
Action.
It's everywhere, ain't
In
it?
the whole episode. The good as damn we've only got 11 cars racing. Now, Gokka's on those fresh and medium hard, sorry. Okay, back to 2018 I am.
Yeah, Rev's been very
so
aggressive.
Move.
Rev's been extremely aggressive. Down the straight, side by side.
Oh, Rev is out. Yeah, that was Rev's fault. He committed, he didn't know why he tried to stick up the inside there. That's completely his own fault.
And the safety car is out again.
Rev, he just, I mean, both, who was it? I don't know who was racing now. I don't even know who's racing. It was Gokku's, wasn't it? Gokku's had the position done, and then he had most of the line, and obviously that's Gokku's brakes. But Rev, I think, went down the inside for turn 1, but turn 1's a fast right-hander. You're asking yourself to get pinched and get flung out, and obviously you managed to catch it and went straight onto the wall.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a safety car though, because I mean I'm not moaning, but I don't know why there's a safety car because he was.
Yeah, it's kind of out there, and his car's already gone. I think car's been sitting there for a while, so.
Yeah, like literally, he was like it was over. So.
But this will help Tornado. He's pitted for new fresh set of hards. I think Spartan will have to pit as well, because I don't think he's going to be any good on those medium and hards anymore. Maybe Gokku's could pit and get rid of mediums. Stefanko's in the pits. Stefanko decides I don't want to be on these mediums any longer. I'm going to go for a set of hards, I'm presuming.
No, it's mediums.
No, it's another set of mediums. I don't know if are you going to get them to the end? 20 laps on set of mediums seems a bit of an ask. Let's see what Waldo goes on to. This set hards, I believe. No, it's another set mediums. Another set mediums. Medium tires are coming out. I'm surprised by this.
No. Vipers
coming from mediums.
Rejoin. Don't know.
He left after that little collision, but
yeah.
He's still driving with. Oh no, okay, maybe that's just the end plates.
So yeah, Matt, I don't know, but I hope you caught what do you call it? The double move from Kevin. That was an incredible move.
Yeah, I think I got that. That was brilliant. That was.
That was absolutely incredible. Action-packed here in Portugal.
You know what loans are better to race on, and you're going to gain it from it. Some race battling knowledge can help. Sometimes right now you think, okay, going around the outside this corner is going to be better than the inside. If I can get myself to the outside, it will make it better for me for the next 2 corners. You've got to plan ahead. Obviously, crack the other guy down, making a mistake, and find a better line, charge your way through. Sometimes just find those moments where a gap opens and get the car in and catch the guys out. Kevin's very good at doing that. Now I'll start lap 14. I don't think the safety car will come in until Tornado pits, so it's going to be at least another couple more laps. And Tornado, I think, just pitted again for another set of mediums, so that's interesting. 20 laps to set of mediums just seems pushing it for me. Sounds like it's quite a bit. Don't know, that could be fine. It's just maybe it's just because the softs just couldn't do more than about 10 laps. That's what made that hard sort of strategy work.
Go-Cuss off the
softs seem decent. I don't know, the softs
Bram's in a good
seem
position
terrible.
here, Matt. Sorry to keep cutting you off. Bram's in a good position here. You got Stefanko in 8th. It'll be interesting to see what he can do. He has got Viper's Ghost. In front of him.
Yeah.
That's going to be.
I don't think the hard is a base of bad race tyre. I just think it just struggles with.
I don't know who all these
warm-up.
people are joining the session. It's really weird.
I think because Reva's left and Norris left, Philippe's left, it's created 3 spaces in, but I'm pretty sure it's invite only. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I left it on there or changed the
It is on
only,
invite
but
only. That's why I'm
sure.
confused.
I don't know. I could have changed it before the end. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it is invite only. I think maybe the game's just a bit funny right now with its settings.
Anyway, right, let's see then. I think, are we going to have to wait another lap?
Yeah, I mean, 3 laps. Normally safety cars out for 2 laps maybe, if all the grids all back together quickly enough. Maybe 3 if there's still a car out there that hasn't been caught up yet. So we're going to do another lap. Purely because Tornado hasn't caught up because he's like about a minute behind. And driving through penalty for Spartan for falling too far back.
Drive-through penalty. The Wyatt Tornado got a penalty.
Because he's not fallen back from the safety car. Spartan's doing that's got because he's caught up to the safety car and then he fell too far back from it for too long. That's what happened. But Tornado hasn't caught up yet.
Absolutely crazy. Very interesting as well. I'll probably jinxed it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Only one driver, well, only 3 one driver, did I say? 3 drivers have got penalties, so the rest being quite clean on their.
Yeah, I was expecting a bit more, to be honest. I mean, Portugal's not exactly it's not exactly a very easy track to cut, but it's not exactly a very hard track to not cut because you've got a few corners here, which is very easy to track extend, like turn 1. Turn 4 maybe, and I mean this corner here we're just going through now. I think it's called Samsung. It's a very strange name for it. I think it's called. You can track extend here and into this blind right-hander. You can run. There's quite a few places where you can actually run wide and get away with them. But then again, it's quite easy to get away with them. I think in this track. I think turn 1's probably the harshest one out of all of them, to be honest. All the other ones are quite long, and there you go. There's the safety car in this lap.
In this lap, Matt. So we're going to have another great restart. I love restarts at Portugal.
Oh, and I've disconnected it.
Oh, great. Okay. See if you can map. Oh, you're going to restart. So I'm going to have to give some audio, guys. Welcome to BBC STB Radio. We get the live coverage here, just like BBC 5 Live. Here we go then. So Arthur's going to do the restart map. I hope you are able to rejoin this lobby.
I'll have to restart my game, haven't I? On. There we go. Back on.
Okay then, back to the action.
There we go. I'm back in.
Can you see the action of what's going on at the moment?
Yeah, I am good. I can see everything. I'm just
right,
getting
here we go then.
back up again.
Stick versus Tornado, then down the straight. Interesting stuff. Spartan's out of the Portuguese Grand Prix, and there's going to be 3 wide down the straight. This is going to be incredible.
Okay, Bosick backed out of that. I don't like, why is Bosick so out on 10 old hards?
Oh, getting a bit what do you call it, feisty. You say argy-bargy. And Stefanko is
What?
through on Tornado, so that's him up into P7. Next up is Briardi.
I'm interested how some people didn't put on that safety car thing.
I don't know why you'd stay on hard, to be completely honest with you. I think Stefanko's had done a very good job. He's on fresh medium. Ram's done okay. He's on medium. It's now calmed down a little bit. So that's good. But Kevin now is on the back of Arthur.
Yeah, the Brazilian fight will go on. It's started back all the way back in last
the
feud.
championship battle is going to be between Arthur and Kevin this season. I think that is going to be the championship battle.
Yeah.
I don't really see anyone else.
Obviously, I think Arthur finished quite low down last
Yeah, so he needs to try and win
got
this
equal in
race.
an instant.
You got Sem there as well. Gokus, I mean, this is his first race. If he wants to continue, then I could potentially see him up there as well. He's definitely made an impression this race. And there's some action going on. We've got Briardi versus Stefanko. Stefanko's off the circuit there. But Stefanko has got the move done on the Williams. So he's up in P6 now. Next up is his teammate Bram Nielsen. And I'll tell you something, Matt. Stefanko's got some very good pace at the minute. He's looking very quick.
Those 7 lap old, 7 lap younger for mediums just getting a little bit more grip. I mean, I'm not sure what the strategy is. I'm not sure if they're planning on the softs at the end and these guys are ahead.
I don't know.
But, I mean, it depends. We've got a couple of questions here. First of all, will Stefanko, Briardi's and Tornado's mediums make the end? Second of all, will Goku's pump me hard to make it to the end?
To be fair, he's got
Another
very
thing.
good pace on those cars. I would say...
Yeah, but I forgot a feeling he's going to get goaled up by the rest of the guys on the fresher mediums, to be honest.
But I mean, he's still keeping up, so you can take.
I mean, if these guys are pit, these other medium runners that haven't pit yet, 10 lap hole, 11 lap hole mediums, are they going to keep going, try and set a soft, or are they pit a little bit earlier and go for the
Right, sorry, Matt, I don't know. But what I do know is Stefanko is right on the back of his teammate now, Bram Nielsen, as they come down in turn 1. Is that
as Tornado makes his move on Moraldi.
And Stefanko's through on Bram. Next up for him is Gokus, and he's on hards. And Tornado has gone off the circuit there. That's not very good. But Bostick not got good pace at the minute on those hard compound tyres.
Yeah, I don't know why he's on there, to be honest. They just don't seem to be working. Gokus seems to make them work, Bostick just doesn't.
I mean, they're working for Gokus. He's now right on the back of Sem.
It depends. All about strategy. It all depends on setup and and personal driving style and taste, whether you can work them or not.
Yeah.
Obviously, for both sticks, I mean, he's managed to catch up a little bit. These fighting going on, but Oscar's still going to do another 40, 50 laps. They've got to do a good 20. They'll be doing about 26 laps by the time they get to the end of the race. I'm sure they're not going to do 26 laps. Yes, that's a long time.
I don't think Sem, I mean, he does and he doesn't. I don't know if Sem has got the pace. I think he would literally need Kevin and Arthur to battle so hard for the next few laps. Talking of battling, here we go, Kevin, then down the straight. Look at that.
Ooh, Kevin's a bit cautious going for turn 1 there.
Talking of pace,
really compromised the line.
Matt.
Arthur's not giving his position up so far. He's coming from big move.
He's on the pace at the minute. Lap 20 then.
Semi-K's gone. Semi-K's got another penalty. That's going to hurt him. That's the second one, I believe.
Oh, and Gokus is up the inside on hard compound tyres for the podium on his debut. He's up the inside. He's done it.
Wow, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I know they're both on very similar, to the same age, but I think those hards. I think those hards are just a little bit more better condition they've been in now. They've done the same amount of laps, but the hards
a
little bit less long.
I think Gokus is one of the quicker drivers in this grid at the minute.
Oh, Semi-K having a bit of a tank slap out of that
But I'll
corner.
tell you something, Stefanko's looking quick. He's looking good. He's looking very quick at the minute. Be interesting to see if Gokus can catch up to Arthur and Kevin as well.
Stefanko's right in the back of Semi-K. Semi-K will have DRS, but I just don't think Semi-K is how they're doing. And he's got more ERS. I think Savanko's in the pit. Savanko's pitting early.
No, 7's in the pit lane.
I think that might be for another set of mediums. I'd be surprised if that's another set of hards, to be honest. I'm not sure where Tornado's going. I'm just trying to hit the pit lane balls as Boostik's making a move on with Wildy. Oh, and he's completely overshot turn 1. In fact, Wildy's gone wide at turn 1 as well. Both of them went wide. But Boostik went even wider.
Where's Bram? Bram's it.
Yeah, they both went for another set of mediums. I did say these mediums would not make it to the end. Well, the hards I think will make it to the end as well, but. Ram's probably got a warning there for turn 1. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe they will stretch them a bit longer and go for the softs, but I think the softs are not really a good race tire, like you said before. Maybe they were first going on saying mediums and comfortably getting to the end. But we have got Gokus, who is now falling into the clutches of Stefanko. Yeah, it's just those.
Oh, he's gone off the circuit! Stefanko around the outside, here we go, what a move!
He's got so much more grip. No chance, but it doesn't mean he won't get DRS there. And Gokus will try and fight. Will he fight back or will he just sit back? Not using his overtake. I think he's just going to sit back here. Just uses DRS. Is he going to make the move? He is going to make the move, turn 1. And Stefanko's going to have to try and hold it on the outside, but that's a big track down. He's definitely going to get a warning for that. But he might say it's worth it because I can stay ahead of him. I stay ahead of him.
Illegal overtake.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, but Stefanko was ahead.
Strictly speaking, he should really give that place back.
Yeah. It's a game, but at the same time,
yeah.
I mean, Arthur's unable to really make a fight on Kevin. He's keep double with them, fair enough, but he's not got the pace to, really try and make any sort of difficulty for Kevin.
I think he's just waiting.
Very different lines. Keepers and ins. Arthur taking a bit more tighter line. Kevin taking a bit more wider line.
Trying to get out of the dirty air.
I don't think so. I think it looked like he committed a bit more into the apex, a bit more, carried a bit more speed, and then slow the car down and get the car rotated. Kevin kind of takes a wider line and then try and carry the speed through. Very different.
And Kevin's in the pit lane, and Arthur's going to follow him through.
Is he going to be hot mediums or softs? That's the question. Stefanko's going to keep going. I don't see the mediums going to the end. I don't see it.
What, Stefanko's mediums?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to do 19 laps in them. I mean, these guys are now coming up to softs.
Kevin is on softs.
Yeah, and so is Arthur.
Well. And Arthur's actually lost some time to Kevin. Like a lot of time.
Not sure what happened there, to be honest. I don't know how he's lost 6 seconds. You not have a 5 second time penalty or something?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because he's.
Arthur was the one with the penalty, but I don't know.
He is about 5 seconds behind him now. 1 second to Bram, 2 seconds to Semi-K, 2 seconds to Kevin. So yeah, it does seem that's about 2 seconds, that's 5 seconds that is behind Kevin. So it's yeah. Maybe they have 5. Maybe they have.
Kevin's going to be rapid now, but those softs are probably going to go off quite quickly. So we're going to have to watch out.
Yeah, I think by about that 30, they might start to really starting to feel the effects of tyre wear. But then again, everyone will be in the same everyone's tyres will be falling off at that same sort of period.
Yeah.
As those Goku's hards will start to fall off at that point. Stefanko's softs will start to wear out at that point. So it looks like those mediums going to do about 15 laps maybe. Softs maybe about 10, hards maybe about 20.
I was about to say, is Gokus potentially going to win his debut race? I don't.
Oh! The massive crash! And that's Bostik's round, he's smashing into the barriers. I got caught of that. I don't know how that happens. Maybe the collision with I don't know. It might be the collision with Walradu. I'm not sure.
He's in the middle of the circuit.
Yeah, and I saw his car. I suddenly hovered over his name, and suddenly I saw it, an Alpha Tower going spearing into the left, into the barriers. I didn't see any contact, I just saw the Alpha Tower, he's going spearing into the barriers on the left hand side, and then suddenly you see him in the barriers. That was it. What happened there? I'm not sure. I think it might be TTM Wadi,
Matt,
Wadi,
I was
I think
about
there's
to
probably
say,
involved in that.
I was about to say, is Goku potentially going to win the race because of strategy?
But yeah, actually no. I mean, Kevin and Bram and stuff, and Sammy K, they're all pitted in normal racing conditions. He can pit under safety car conditions, so he's actually going to gain a bit of time here compared to what he was before. So, I mean, I'm just going to change the leader. Goku is about 21 seconds ahead of Kevin.
Franco's in.
So that's just under pit stop, so this could be close here.
This is going to help.
This could be very close.
It's really going to help Ram as well.
Yeah.
Oh
I guess so.
no, but Franco had to wait in the pits there.
Soft tires going on. The Alpha Tower guys took quite a while to get going. Tonight just have to wait a little bit. And there goes Kevin.
Pits.
But they are comfortably ahead of Arthur. So they're almost all in comfortable tyres now. Yeah, and I think they've pitted because I think they know those mediums are not going to be able to fight those soft tyres, so they had to pit again. So I mean, it was unlucky for them to go on the pit for mediums, and then literally 2 laps later, everyone goes into pits because of the safety car. So I think it's very unfortunate timing for them. They've been effectively just been kicked out of their own strategy there, and they're being forced to go onto the soft tyres after 2 laps on those mediums. So that's really hurt their position. If they didn't pit, I think they could have been at least 5th and 6th in their position, I think.
Well, no disrespect to Tornado, Arfat and Wiardi. Sorry, not Arfat. Sorry, Tornado and Wiardi. They're not the quickest compared to Sem and Bram.
Yeah.
But then saying that, there's going to be DRS, dirty air, slipstreaming. So who knows? It might be actually quite difficult for these drivers to get past. But who knows? I just hope, Matt, that we have a nice clean end to the Grand Prix. That's what I want.
One thing I'm worried about Tornado for doing is that for him not to spin, because I think he's spun quite a few times this race so far, and so he's got to watch out for that. It's very easy tracks to spin and react, but he's got to watch out for that, especially when he's racing with people and taking different lines. But yeah, everyone's pretty much on equal pegging now. It's just really Kevin and Arthur are slightly older. They say they've done 2 laps on those softs, but I think they've done about 3. And then, because obviously everyone's on 1 lap on softs now, so effectively Arthur and Kevin are on 3 lap old tyres, everyone else is on 1 lap old tyres. So they've got an extra 2 laps of soft tyres, or extra 2 laps on those tyres. Probably was enough just to get rid of their freshness, if you know what I mean. Just get rid of that first bit of layer of tyres that lose that sort of very grippy bit, and then it's when they get down to the bit where it's a little bit less grippy, but a little bit more durable, and they're kind of just sitting that sort of that layer of the tyre for quite a while. But I don't know in the game, but we've got to make sure they keep their tyres in check, because otherwise everyone on fresher softs is gonna just have a little pace at the end, and that make it a little bit more interesting.
Well, we're gonna see, aren't we? We're gonna see. I mean, yeah, the race, Matt, has been completely just thrown
Upside down.
Yeah, whatever the saying is, because obviously I was gunning for Gokus. I did actually say from the start that he was potentially going to win this race, and he was on the victory.
He's still, don't take him out of the equation yet. He can still win this race. I mean, he's got to somehow beat Stefanko and Kevin.
It's going to have to be a flying restart for Stefanko, get past Kevin.
Yeah, and then try and hold him up.
That needs to be that is the assignment.
Yeah.
That's the assignment.
Fill up younger tyres as well. Try use those extra bit of youngness compared to Kevin's.
We go then.
Kevin's going to leave this as late as possible.
It's going to kick off here in Portugal.
When will Kevin go? Will he go at the start-finish line? Will he go? He's gone now. Here he's gone.
Here we go.
Stefanko's tracked that down, but it's not going anywhere.
Arthur's already trying to get the move on Tornado. Well, Briardi's up the inside of Arthur. Is he going to try and go for the move? Yes, he is.
Watch out for Berardi. He's been in a few collisions this race. Oh, and it's very close to Semi-K there. Sort of contact. I think that might be the nature of the undulation of the track. And Gokus is defending from Tornado, as Tornado has to defend from Arthur, which Arthur has to defend from Wilder, and now Wilder can defend from Semi-K.
Yeah, well, it's not. We'll defend, defend, defend.
Yeah, Kevin keeps his lead for now. There'll be 6 laps to go. Brandon Nelson gets a penalty.
Right.
That could be crucial because he didn't have a penalty before and everyone else had a penalty ahead.
I don't know if Stefanko has got the pace. He needs to keep in the DRS. That is what he needs to do. He needs to.
There's going to be another DRS. There's not going to be DRS for another couple of laps. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah,
Well,
he needs to just stay in that DRS.
And he won't. The first DRS he will get is the second DRS zone. Next lap, then we get DRS.
And he needs to like keep it clean and not get penalised. So it's a lot of pressure for Franco at the moment.
Won't go because we're struggling. It's 9 tenths behind these guys now. Saying that, it's down to 7 tenths.
Interesting stuff, and we are just up the inside of Arthur. Arthur's not having a very good time of it, is he?
His tyres look much older.
He's very. I wouldn't say he's slow. He's just struggling with his midfield pack.
Yeah. These guys have a little bit of extra pace. Slightly better tyres. Oh, he's hit the back of Wildy!
That might have been a bit of lag there.
That might have been. Watch out for damage. Might have been damage from there as well. Maybe a bit of lime green damage. But it seems to be fine for now.
It's just hard to try and overtake in that infield section. It's not very nice.
Top 4 has spread out a little bit, but all within DRS, whatever you want. No, DRS is enabled. DRS is now enabled. So Franco's still in it, and so it's Gokus for now. And Arthur's got past Wildy, and Wildy's trying to hold him on the outside. And Arthur's not having any of it. And there was a bit of tappies, and then Wildy's shoving Semi-K off. Wildy's making that move. He's trying to get a position back from Arthur. And he goes running outside, but he's outbrake himself there. You can't outbrake yourself too hard in that corner. That corner, it's all about getting a late apex. But yeah, he's supposed to get the position done.
Interesting. Right, let's see what Stefanko can do.
Brandon didn't get that penalty, I feel like, last lap. He could have been
It's, yeah,
in a couple of positions.
Matt, it's either going to be Kevin or Stefanko or Gokus for this win.
Yeah, but I think Kevin's just got Stefanko out DRS. I think Stefanko is, I think it was 1,000th off DRS there.
That's
but
absolutely crucial.
He's a lot better straight line speed than Kevin there. Maybe using a bit low wings, I'm not sure. He gained a lot of time there.
Yeah, he did actually.
But he gained like a good 4 tenths.
He's going to have DRS down here then.
He will have DRS now.
Yeah, he gains a lot down the straight and in the braking zone as well. Gains a lot of time. Did you just burp then?
Maybe. Anyway, we've got Stefanko close on the back of Kevin, but also got Arthur trying to find his way past Tornado. Tornado's not making it very easy for him. No, 2-second gap to the podium places.
Yeah, it's all
kicking off a very wide line.
The back of the Alpine.
2 completely different lines there, and the lines almost almost cross over each other.
Right, here we go, Matt. Stefanko's 4 tenths gap, and Gokus within that DRS and Franco as well. So this could well be an incredible top 3 battle for Portuguese. Who's going to win the first ever STB Portuguese
on behind. Arthur's going to think I have Tornado here. Tornado's got nothing to ask for. Both of them have got no ERS left. Tornado's weaving. And Arthur made a move. Both of them have the ERS. Yeah, both of them very low in ERS, but the DRS is literally just a little bit powerful enough to get past
and stepped up inside of Wiardi.
Wiardi's got a penalty for that, for holding him on the outside. He's going to spin there if he isn't careful. Oh! That's Tornado out of the race! Lost the rear end, saying about losing the rear end. Wiardi's outbraked himself again. And now Syndication should not move on Wiardi. But Brampton should not move on him. But it's outside now, but Semicase has to back out here. Surely. Oh, I'm so glad Semicase have a good straight back move here. Get better exit. Don't use too much ERS, Semicase. Gotta leave that for the straights. And he's gonna cut the inside here. He's gonna make it stick. He's gonna have the outside line for here. He's gonna get pushed off wide if he's not careful. He's gonna hold it around the outside. He's gonna have the inside for the next corner, but I don't think Wild have any of it. But he's gonna have the inside for this corner. But the thing is, he will not have the OS, and Bram Nilsson's getting involved now. But Wild's got a better exit. But now Semicase on the back foot here, and Semicase used all of his ERS up for this lap. So watch out, he's going to be sitting duck down the straights now. Bram Nilsson's got so much ERS left. He's going to be 3 wide! 3 wide! It's turn 1, and Riley's making the move on Semicase, but Bram Nilsson's going to be... Oh! Bram Nilsson coming on the outside, then cut off Wildy. By surprise, no, Wildy did not see Bram Nilsson coming, and their lines crossed over.
Matt, sorry to cut you off, but Franco is right for like Kevin.
Yeah, but look like Bram took the outside line, came across, he kept about a car width, but the lines crossed over. So as Bram exits the corner, he's got a lot more angle than what Wildy had. Wildy's still basically, he's gone through the apex, but he's still going rather straight on. So Wildy ended up flipping the back of Bram Nilsson's tyre, because Wildy's still going a lot more straight on than what Bram Nilsson was. So I think that'll be a racing incident, because Bram's not going to, you can't predict what Wildy's doing. They're very far apart. But, yep,
Franco's got some now. Very interesting ERS management race as well.
Yeah, he's got 1 lap. He's got to use 50% of it. He's absolutely flying. He's going to stick it inside. He's going to be ambitious here.
Kevin for the win, for the lead in the
Kevin.
Portuguese way up the inside, and he's done it.
Kevin, I've got to give great respect to Kevin there. Kevin gave him enough room and he didn't cut in front of him or anything. And now Goku is now all over the back of him now. It's a 3-way fight for the lead. As he's going to go around the outside, yeah, but anything can happen, Maldi. Oh, Goku's up the inside, 3 wide going to exit that corner there. Oh, it's getting in there, but Franco needs to use that ERS effectively, but it's so easy. Don't bail under pressure now. Oh, Stefanko's losing the rear ends on traction. The tyres are going. Kevin's tyres are a little bit older. He's got to watch out for his tyres now. Soft tyres will start losing that grip now. Goku's still got a penalty. Looks like he might have to commit commit to 3rd place here. It's Kevin Stefanko now. Fight for the lead, but Stefanko's got so much more ERS to use. He's going to absolutely dump this down the straight. There he is now, he's dumping everything he has. Kevin's not got enough ERS left. And it looks like Stefanko has this easily.
The final corner to win the Portuguese Grand Prix. What a performance there. Great debut from Goku to get T3. 4th is Arthur. 5th is Ram in the end. 6th and Wiard is going to come out of the final corner. Not many finishers, but an incredible race. As Stefanko has apparently got a 20-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
It does that every time you leave the lobby. Very well. But
he had no penalty there, so why?
Yeah, it's just a weird. It's coming on the back.
Okay.
But I felt a bit bad for Semicase there. You kind of was up there for qualifying and for the start of the race, but then he's got really compromised with the safety cars and a bit of collisions here and there and getting backed up by other cars. I think he got a little bit unlucky there with the positioning the way he was in terms of the field.
Okay, Stefanko has actually gone off. I think he's had to go. So I don't think we will have any interviews tonight, Matt. But your actual race winner was Stefanko. That's just a glitch in the game.
Yeah.
Second is
won.
Kevin,
Then
and
Kevin.
third was Gokus on his debut. Yeah, I mean, Matt, yeah, I think that was an incredible race. There were some collisions, there were some great battles as well, so I thoroughly enjoyed that race. And what an introduction to Portugal in STB.
Yep, very interesting race there. I mean, they surely made up for it for the slightly less amount of people on the grid today, but they certainly made up for it today. Despite that, we had an absolute exciting race. I mean, kind of reminds me of I remember back in the Mexico season, I think season 11, I think it was. We had like 6 drivers left, and we had an absolutely amazing battle. And it's just, well, sometimes if you just have the right drivers, you make the race just that much better.
Yeah,
that's
definitely what we had today.
And that's tonight done then.
Okay then, thank you Matt for joining me in the commentary box this evening. That was your STB Tier 1 Portuguese Grand Prix. You can join me in Bram tomorrow for the Tier 2 Austrian Grand Prix. If you don't want to join that, which I think you should because it's Austria, then you can join me and Matt once again next week for Tier 1 France. We go to France next week, so I am very looking forward to that, and then we have a great week. So a nice short spell of time, then we have break. But yes, do join us next week for the Tier 1 French Grand Prix. We'll see you next week.